Hey Jesse, you're in first, buddy. Okay, how you doing? I've upgraded my Twitch, my Streamlabs, so I'm going to be able to go live on Facebook and eventually YouTube channel, just to try and build the numbers up a bit. So let me see what's happening. So I'm going to have a little look now and see if I'm online in the Facebook as well. I don't know. Let's just check. More than likely not. I had a meltdown. The head of technical department was fixing it earlier on today, you know. So as you can imagine, it. Oh, Irish question mark is live now. Excellent. We're live on Facebook as well. Wonderful. Okay, so I'm going to grab a quick coffee and I'll be back to you very, very shortly. Welcome everybody and do the right thing. Okay, be a good host now, Jesse, and behave yourself. Good evening, everybody. Welcome to my lounge. It's Friday night, and yeah, once again, it's another online quarantine quiz show. This is, in case this is your first time, show number 41. Absolutely fantastic to see you all joining in. We've also myself and the Heron Doors, the technical expert that solves no problems whenever they happen. We've upgraded our Streamlabs, and now we're going out live on Facebook also. Unfortunately, I can't see the chat on Facebook, but if you sign into the Twitch, you can join our chat room. Just like Baroness of Burnham has just signed in, Bob, the artist formerly known as Mom, the Maid of Meriden. Good evening, Was 35, Jody, nice to see you again. And the Lord said unto John, come forth, you will receive eternal. John came fifth and won a toaster. Okay, Electric Ship Minion, thank you very much. Her Indoors has arrived, ladies and gentlemen. And
I thought you might bother to enter the draw.
Yes, she's a little bit raw from last week when for the first time in 40 attempts she won the draw. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, we have Irish question mark face masks. I got them made in Ireland, hand sewn, linen, embroidered. They're so posh you wouldn't want to wear them. And you have the choice of one of the face masks, or we can put in the post, say a few prayers, and hope this gets you in one piece without the handle breaking off. Liam and Claire are here in Ireland. That's Claire's birthday yesterday. Unbelievable. I mean, if you look on Claire's Facebook page, she looks so good for 44. What can I tell you? I think it's 44. Pat the Beard has just arrived. He reckons the masks are handmade by leprechauns. I'm sure it is. Okay, so for our people that are watching on Facebook, you know who I am. I'm Irish question mark. I'm the guy that used to go into the pubs, put on some funky music in the background, and ask you questions and basically take the mickey out of you. Well, I mean, what can I tell you? I'm basically doing the same, only I'm now doing it from my lounge. I've got my better half, her indoors. Say hello, her indoors.
Hello, her indoors.
Hello, her indoors. Yes, she's here to help us whenever it goes pear-shaped. But usually what we do is turn everything off, reboot it, restart it, and then she claims that she's magically fixed it. Anyway, that's that's the way she is with me. What you need to type George into the chat if you are following and watching us on Twitch. Unfortunately, you cannot enter the draw if you type George into the Facebook chat because it just ain't possible. But if you sign out and join us on Twitch, you can enter tonight's draw, and you can also be more involved by chatting and giving me a little bit of banter. Just like Naughty Norma has just signed in. Norma she joins us weekly, and she always informs us that she is having a glass of sparkly wine in her pajamas. Unfortunately, we're still waiting after 40 weeks for some photographs. We also have a Finnish comedian, Arto, our FNC. He's going to come in at halftime if he can, because sometimes he's working when he's actually doing the quiz on the side. But it's a long story. I'll not mention which company he works for because he's probably panicking now. But Arto usually comes in and types a couple of jokes. So, yeah. So what can I tell you? We have a regular bunch who have joined us sort of from all over the world. Some in San Francisco, some in England, in Ireland. We even have a couple of guys. Mr. T's in Malaysia. He gets up at 3 a.m., sneaks a bottle of beer into his bedroom, and drinks it with no one else in the house, knowing that he's sitting drinking, talking to me. I just seen Kate in Newry. Oh no, Downpatrick. She said she's going to switch to Twitch. That's the best thing to do. Come off Facebook, go to Twitch. I'm going to put the link into Facebook now, and you should just be able to follow that link and come join us now. We are waiting for Frank. It's Frank's birthday, so I wouldn't like to actually start the show without Frank, but we'll give him another 5 minutes or so. Misha, nice to see you watching. Great to reconnect. Who else has joined in on Facebook? Simon Hickman. Guy, nice to see you too. Florcha. Erica, Malcolm's better half in Warren Point. Nice for you to join us. Also, Moz, me old flower in Lanzarote. What can I tell you? Pete 5678. Pete, I think Pete's over in Dublin, and he's saying, "Is it true it's Frank's birthday?" Did you hear it on the World Service? I'm not surprised. Uncle Tony has just arrived in. Folks, we have to be very gentle with Uncle Tony tonight, because Uncle Tony's, I think it's his sister, is it? Yes? Maida Meriden, is that Uncle Tony's sister? I think it is. She's moved, folks. She's moved from Meriden to Burnham-on-Sea, folks. She is now, for the rest of her time, going to be known as the Baroness of Burnham. So, we will begin very shortly. Grab88, good evening. Welcome on board. Arto, nice to see you're here. Make sure you got a couple of cracking jokes ready for half time. Peter and Arena, are you contacting us from Russia? Whoa, the word is spreading. From Minion Jesse says, Meriden from the centre of England to the biggest beach deck in Britain. Absolutely. Tigress C, good evening, and you are very welcome. We will be starting very shortly, folks. In about 3 or 4 minutes time, we'll actually get the quiz started. So what we'd like you to do is get a pen and paper. We want you to pour yourself a drink, take it easy, get comfortable, and get ready for tonight's quiz show. Her Indoors has made her first technical decision. She's going to turn the heating up. Well done. Round of applause to Her Indoors. She's on fire, folks. Look, what can I tell you? She had this ready, which is a pleasant change. She's already given me a cup of coffee in the correct mug, which is a pleasant change. And I got out the most sought after item on the interweb, ladies and gentlemen. Whoever wins the draw tonight, you can choose whether you get an Irish question mark, I was going to say Facebook mask, an Irish question mark face mask, handmade by leprechauns, so Pat the Beard tells me, or one of the Irish question mark mugs, which has our logo on it, and on the back, one of Irish question marks sayings, I like the way you're thinking. It's also got a dodgy little orange spoon, and that fits in the handle. So, type George, Georg, into the chat, and you should be told straight away you are in the draw. It's as simple as that, folks. We're going to start the quiz very shortly. You can win an Irish question mark mug. You can win the Irish question mark masks. All right, Naomi Hopman 09 is now following us, and I'd like to say you're very welcome. And if you're new to Twitch and you subscribe to the Irish question mark Twitch page, your name will pop up like that on the screen. Okay, so how you doing, Her Indoors? Everything okay? Yeah. Okay, this is great. This is great to know. Corny, our old friend Corny has joined us. He's also typed George. Corny, are you watching on Twitch or are you watching on Facebook? Because I'd like to know if you watch on Facebook and you type George, do you get into the draw? It's quite possible because Her Indoors set this up and we really don't know how it's working. We actually are, both of us are actually, well, more me, we are amazed that it's working. Oh, Corny, you're watching on Twitch. Okay. So anybody that's watching on Facebook, just type George into the chat on Facebook. Eric has just done that in 1 point. And let me see what it says. Okay. As far as I see, when you type George, I can read it on my screen, but unfortunately you don't enter the draw. What you need to do, Erica, is join in via Twitch. The link should still be in the chat. I'll just put it in one more time. Nice to see Stevie Moynihan. That's a blast from the past. Big Stevie joining in on Facebook. Jerome, Ronald, yes, a couple of guys from the Delft, from the Proof Locale. Precious, nice to see you joining in on Facebook too. If you want to be involved directly with us live tonight, join in via twitch.tv/Irish question mark. S Johnny 79 is now following, and you're very welcome. Just typed in George, and you're already into tonight's draw. Okay, folks. No sign of Frank. Did a pigeon arrive to say that Frank was going to be late? You see, ladies and gentlemen, this is a weekly problem for Frank. He's got 3 young children. He tries to bribe them each week, Frank and Frank's better half, by putting them to bed, letting them watch a tablet, and feeding them full of chocolate. I keep telling them chocolate is the issue. He doesn't listen. Anyway, I'm going to get started. If you want to know where to follow me, it's really easy. Some of you are watching on Facebook. Irish Question Mark on Facebook is the quiz page. You can also check out previous shows on our YouTube channel, which is do a search for Irish Question Mark. And also occasionally I put pictures up on Instagram, like Down Memory Lane I Miss You pictures, which I've been putting up all week. And of course, here on Twitch TV. Minion Jesse has said, even though the chocolate is laced with Valium, it doesn't knock the kids out on time every time. Okay, what is happening? Oh, wow!
5, 4, 3, 2, 1,
all right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Sophie and Senna, my little grandkids, telling me to get my finger out and to get the show started. Okay, so this is the way it works. I'm going to ask 10 questions for the first 3 rounds by 10 questions. Write down your answers on a piece of paper. Don't be typing the answers in the chat because that just confuses everybody. So, hobnobbing, how do we answer on chat, on paper? Well, you see all the regulars are jumping in there saying, don't be putting the wrong answers in chat. It's only going to confuse everybody, or even the right ones. Okay, so I'm getting a little message in. People having problems signing into Twitch. Dean, just watch the show on Facebook, my friend, and keep your answers and mark your own answers. I'm going to give you the answers out after round 3. Elementary. Colin saying, swap your answer sheets with another team. Hopefully, Colin, in days and not in months and not years, we'll be back doing that live, swapping our paper answer sheets. My God. Electric Sheep Minion saying, just check if they're alive every once in a while by poking them with a stick. There we go. Question number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Which canal links the Red Sea and the Mediterranean? Which canal links the Red Sea and the Mediterranean? So, quite easy, just write down the answers on a piece of paper. I will go through the first 3 rounds, and then I'm going to give you the answers for you to honestly mark your answers. At the very end of the quiz show, you can put your answers in and let us know how well you've done. Question number 2. Put this one in for her indoors, ladies and gentlemen, because she is prone to a little bit of green fingers, bit of gardening in nature. Which garden plant is named after the Swedish botanist Anders Dahl? Which garden plant is named after the Swedish botanist Anders Dahl?
Is it the one in the picture?
It's the one in the picture. Yeah, it's only easy if you know which one it is. Obviously, if you write down Daisy, you're not going to get a point for that. Holy smoke, what's that sound? Dingbat! Oh, the shoulders. Okay, folks, this is Dingbat time. What is Dingbat? Dingbat is your chance to get 5 points. You simply say what you see. Now this one, when I give you the answer, the 6-word answer, it's so obvious, even Stevie Wonder would see it. So I'm going to leave it on the screen for a little while. What I recommend you to do is to take a little photograph of it on your telephone so you can have a little look during the rest of this round. Okay, so Dean, I've just got a little message from you. We'll work out how to get you on Twitch again. Unfortunately, if you've signed in and you can't remember your password, there ain't much chance of me or her indoors helping you tell you which one it is. Anyway, you're watching on Facebook and it's lovely to have you both, or the whole family, involved. Okay, so I'm going to pass the phone over to her indoors. There we go. She takes control of it and hopefully she doesn't cut off Tony Blackburn's Radio 2 that's playing in the background. Question number 4. Question number 4 tonight. The suburbs of what Swiss city cross the borders into both France and Germany? The suburbs of what Swiss city cross borders into both France and Germany? And the little video that you're watching is from the city. Okay, I'd like to thank Liz the Legend for your kind donation. Liz, thank you very much. Yes, the virtual tip jar is open, ladies and gentlemen. It's question number 5. It's round 1. It's Jan the Man. Jan the Man, ladies and gentlemen, is that time in the quiz when her indoors nearly has a heart attack, has to find her football referee's whistle and add special effects to Jan the Man. Jan is a regular player here on our quiz nights, and he's also actually a FIFA referee. The first question is, with which sport would you associate the Portuguese sportsman Eusebio? This is the easiest question that Jan the Man is going to ask you in tonight's quiz. With which sport would you associate the Portuguese sportsman Eusebio? Don't forget, folks, make sure you write down your answers on a piece of paper and please don't put it in the chat room. Family, the Brer family, thank you very much. I know you're having problems signing into your Twitch, but you're watching us on Facebook and you made a very generous donation. Thank you very much indeed. Oh, also, Gordy and Suze, our regular Scottish couple up in cold, wet, grey, frosty, dull, lockdown for the last decade, Aberdeen. They've just come in. Nice to see you both on board. Question number 6. A man pushes his car to a hotel and he tells the owner he's bankrupt. Why? A man pushes his car to a hotel and he tells the owner he's bankrupt. Why? Yes, folks, if you're wondering what is giving me this little groove, I am listening through the BBC Sounds app to Radio 2, Tony Blackburn, listening to all that music when Gordy in Aberdeen was dancing around ballrooms. That's the sort of era that we're coming to. How am I gonna pronounce that name? Peter and Arena, I think that's who you are, made that donation. What is her surname, her indoors? Toncharova. Done in my best Russian, possibly. I know it's not Irish, or should be called Toncharova. Anyway, question number 7. What term is used to describe the result of dividing mass by volume? What term is used to describe the result of dividing mass by volume. Gordy has just informed us we could have been in Dubai, but our morals wouldn't let us go. No, I'd say your job wouldn't let you go, or morals. Oh, it is Russian. Yeah, Irina, I thought it was Russian, but I wasn't sure. Alrighty, yes, Claire and Liam, thank you very much for your donation. Thank you very much indeed. Okay, number 8. Her Indoors, one of our favorite movies of all time. The Sound of Music. It is. In the Do, Re, Mi musical scale, do not start singing Her Indoors. You will give away the answer. In the Do, Re, Mi musical scale, which note proceeds so? Her Indoors is doing a little bit of mouth singing. Quietly, Her Indoors. In the Do, Re, Mi musical scale, which note proceeds so? A needle pulling tread, la, a note that follows. Anyway, you get the idea. Number 9. Number 9, which mission was the last to put men on the moon? Thank you for reminding me, Gordy. I obviously know it's you that is at the keyboard and not your better half, Susie. Her Indoors has no clue. We've heard her sing. He's at it. He's at it already, Her Indoors. Which mission was the last to put men on the moon? And I will warn you, Gordy up in Aberdeen, Her Indoors has the power to put you out, to slap your wrist and tell you to behave yourself. She's even blowing the whistle and showing a yellow card to you for thinking about being naughty. Liz is saying before so or after so. Which note proceeds so?
That means after.
Yeah, but I'm not going to tell her that. Yeah, Her Indoors is helping you there. I mean, Liz is like pretty clever when it suits her. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, question number 10. Number 10 is, it's an anagram question. The dingbat questions and the anagram questions are worth 5 points. So, anagram time. All you should do is write down venereal key rubs. Keep your thoughts clean. It is a family show. Just write down a venereal key rubs. Mix the letters up. And you should guess the answer. It is an anagram of what German top flight domestic football club? It is as simple as that. You can also take a picture with your telephone and you'll be able to work at it for the next 10 or 15 minutes when we're doing the next 2 rounds. Family J. Van Hastenecht, thank you for your kind donation. Okie dokie, that is your first round. If you want to be included in our draw for the most sought after item on the interweb, ladies and gentlemen, the Irish question mark coffee mug with the dodgy orange spoon, or the Irish question mark 3-color embroidered face masks. I mean, it's so nice, you just want to walk around your house with it on. You got to type George into the chat if you are following us and watching us on Twitch. Deanne, not Dean. Okay. Sorry. I should know by now. It's our daughter's account and it won't let her sign in. I don't believe you. Stop blaming your daughter. Anyway, it's thanks for that, Her Indoors. Type George into the chat in Twitch and you will be automatically entered into tonight's draw. Yes, the virtual tip jar is now open. Thank you very much for the donations so far. I'm going to put a few links into the chat. That's me that just put that link in. you can follow that link and give a little donation for tonight's show. It takes quite a while to put this together, but it is so much fun doing this once a week on a Friday and having a little bit of giggle and spending a few hours not watching her indoors attempt to crochet, knit, paint, what else? Cook. No. She eats. She doesn't cook. Anything else? Anything else you've been at? What was the thing that you done with a rope and you tied and
macrame?
Macrame. She tried a little bit of macrame. What? Anything else? Anything else? Yeah. She knitted one scarf. It nearly killed George. Okay, folks. Round 2 tonight is double points round. Control your excitement. Double points round. Claire's saying she's happy that we're here on a Friday night. It keeps her away from her jigsaw or jigsaw. Maybe that's an Irish jigsaw. I'm not sure. It keys me away from jigsaw. I think Claire's talking Irish again. Do you remember the first time she came on the quiz and she couldn't spell her boyfriend's name? She might think that I forgot that, but I didn't. I felt so sorry for Lee, or what was his name? Liam. Anyway, this is picture number 1, ladies and gentlemen. Who is this? Irish jigsaw is Oigsaw. Claire has finally come out of the closet, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Jesus, I still can't type. Yes, indeed. We all have worked that one out. Number 1, who do you think this is? Double points, folks. I will give you a little tip. I went online and I found a website that showed you famous people before the pictures were photoshopped. The difference, unbelievable. In fact, I'm looking for someone to Photoshop a nice picture of me and to give me back a full head of hair and to make me look even younger than I currently do. This is number 2. Remember, folks, that you will be getting to see them once again. First and second names is what we're looking for. Number 3. Jesse Prevost and Micah Pressers. Thank you very much for your kind donation. Say Jesse and Micah. Ooh, 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 ooh. This is number 3, ladies and gentlemen. I will be listening out to Radio 2, and any of my favourite songs come on, folks, I'll give you a little bar or two. We should maybe all start making theme tunes for ourselves. Jesse and Micah, I'm sure they can create a theme tune after that video they done for us at Christmas time. I'm saving that till next Christmas, because I personally think we'll still be online every Friday night till next Christmas. Big news today. Meneer Rutte and the whole government, they've given up. Apparently Meneer Rutte's on his way to Dubai for a holiday. Him and Gordy. Yeah. Family Van Tricht, thank you for your kind donation. Number 5. Keep your thoughts clean. It's a family show, and no, you won't get any points if you write down her indoors, because that ain't her indoors. Okay. Oh, what a night. Number 6. What a lady, what a night. Okay, number 7. Walk in the room. Oh. Arto has wrote down Harry Potter. Yes, the guy is from Harry Potter, but no, it's not Harry Potter. I actually picked this picture because it reminded me of Maid of Meriden. Ask your mom if I'm real. And I thought, I want a t-shirt like that. Jesse said, is that Junior? Number 7. No, it's not Junior. And before you say anything, number 8 is not me. Although I reckon I could pull it off. The hairy chest, the scarf, the open shirt, but not the head of hair. Number 9. Oh, what a night. Minion Jesse, not before Photoshop. I'll Photoshop you when I get my hands on you. And number 10. You walk in that room. Ardo said, did someone Photoshop the face because the body and hair are 100% David Hasselhoff? Only on the posters that you have in your bedroom. Okay, folks, so I'm going to give you 30 seconds to look at the pictures 2 at a time. Remember, it's better to write down anything, because then you might get a chance of getting a single point if you guess one name, or 2 points if you get the 2 names. Pardon me. Here we go. Here is your first 2. Who do you think these 2 people are? Oh, what a night. For number 2, I do not want his character name that he's famous for. I want his real name. And number 1 also. Here we go. Number 3, before she's photoshopped. And number 4, I think he's just come out of the pub. Matter anymore. Your next one. Jesse reckons he isn't old enough for the pub. Bet you he is in Ireland. Number 5. I'd like this lady's stage name, not her real name, just to make it a little bit easier. I mean, you should recognize them teeth anywhere. Number 6. Her indoors. Do you have an idea who number 6 is? Is that a no? I bet you know him. Or her, as the case may be.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Number 7, ask your mum, ask your maid of Meriden if I'm real. And number 8, ignore Ardo or F and C if it has nothing to do with Hasselhoff. And your next 2, and your last 2, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Number 9, very, very famous lady. And number 10, yeah. I had to put number 10 in because number 4 and number 10, they both look so alike. People often mix them up. Alrighty, Family Turner, thank you very much for your kind donation. Okay, folks, so that is your double points picture round. Here's a few pictures of some people that have won prizes over the last 40 weeks. Yes, this is our mugs gallery. Lots of familiar faces in there. And here are our limited edition mask winners. Liz the Legend, Ardo, our F&C, our Finnish comedian, and Jan the Man, our FIFA referee. He was our first triple winner, ladies and gentlemen. We have Happy Birthday Frank and his better half. We have Jodie Wasp 35, that's Maid of Meriden's daughter, and our secret agent, the man that we can't really talk about, Jodie's dad. I think he's on a mission tonight. He hasn't signed in yet. And Jan the Man with his Irish tricolour, question mark, face mask. We have Honest Pete over in Dublin. We have Cyprus Kev. And of course there, the lovely Naughty Norma. We have Amazing Amanda Thank you very much, Amanda, for your continued support. We have Joyful Julius, a.k.a. Electric Sheep Minion, and Responsible Rachel, another one of our minions. We have, of course, Pat the Beard there, the Grab 88 gang, and Ipswich Gary, who I actually thought was Pete from Dublin. It's a long story. We have Marvelous Melissa, if she's still about. She's a member of Liz the Legends team. Radiant Raluca, Pretty Petra, and Christian from Grab 88. She won a second mask for that family. We have Elkie and Alfredo, our friends from the Fiddler in The Hague. And there you go, Mum, Maida Meriden, who has now transformed into Mum to Bob, the Baroness of Burnham. I'd like to thank Debbie Lewis for liking the stream. We also have Randy Radu, a winner out in Delft. Randy Radu was one of our first winners. He won a Frozen DVD, a hand-knitted George scarf from Her Indoors, and an Irish question mark t-shirt. And our newest addition to the limited edition Mask Winners Club is Rob, a.k.a. Captain Beer. Alrighty, Desef, greetings from California. It has been a while, but it is fantastic to have you on board, buddy. I remember the days in the Sherlocks, I do believe, Sherlock Holmes, when we used to share a lot of laughs and a lot of smiles. I hope you are keeping well, and the fires have finally stopped burning around your house. Okay, Space Dracula. Radiant Raluca. Yes, indeed, buddy. I remember those days well too. Listen, folks, it's really easy. If you're on Twitch, you can join tonight's draw by simply typing George. This is round 3. Okay, our first question is a computer question, and I think even Captain Beer will get this one right. In computing, what is beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code, more commonly known as? Now, Her Indoors being our head and technical expert, Her Indoors giggling slightly. Do you know the answer to this one, Her Indoors?
You want me to say it?
No, I don't want you to say it out loud. Do you know the answer?
Yeah.
Okay. Write it down on the whiteboard and let me see. Her Indoors. Even I'm shocked. Round of applause. Her Indoors got this one right. Unbelievable. Okay, question number 2. What is the French name for the mountain that the Italians call Monte Bianco? Monte Bianco. Say it like a true Italian. My grandmother was Italian. Her Indoors, you of course knew that, but you never met her. She probably would have got the family to sort out Her Indoors, you know. What is the French name for the mountain that the Italians call Monte Bianco? Okay, easy. Her Indoors mouthing out the answer with her French silent accent. Yeah. Okay. I love this video. Imagine if this guy lived opposite your house, you know, and you just looked across and he's lying in a compound getting cuddled by a frickin' bear that size. Question number 3. What is the name given to a female bear? What is the name given to a female bear?
Mummy bear.
Her Indoors says Mummy Bear. That's not the answer I was looking for. When I read this question, the first thing came into my mind. Do you know what I thought it was? I thought, looking at this bear, it can be whatever that fucking bear wants to be named, because I ain't arguing with that.
Oh, gentle.
What, Gentle Giant? Yeah. Okay, Gordy has said Her Indoors will be sleeping with the fishes by now. Now you're talking, Gordy. You got it, buddy. Oh, her finger's shaking. She's getting close to the slap on the wrist button. Oh, Electric Sheep Minion. Julius is feeling a little bit sad. we all could do with a big hug from that bear. Yeah, especially at feeding time. Number 4. Alrighty, this is another one of our brain teasers that I started introducing last week or the week before. And it upset a few of the regulars. Ladies and gentlemen, what can I tell you? Because I got an email saying, hey Mark, go easy on the brain teasers. They're a bit sort of all over the place. I've included a few more this week. So, a man is looking at a photograph of someone. His friend asks who it is. The man replies, brothers and sisters, I have none, but that man's father is my father's son. Who was in the photograph? Claire has suddenly been able to type like an SOS. I bet you Liam's typing because that's too. It's all typed correctly. I hate these brain teasers. My head is melted. Well, draw a diagram. Her and Doris saying draw a diagram. Okay, you draw a diagram and I'll show them your diagram. Here we go. A man is looking at a... Right, suddenly she's wiping out the diagram, folks. You don't want to get inside her and Doris' head. A man is looking at a photograph of someone. His friend asks who it is. The man replies, brothers and sisters, I have none. But that man's father is my father's son. Who's in the photograph? Her and Doris. Any ideas? Don't lie. Okay, number 5 is Jan the Man, our FIFA referee. Okay, question number 5. Which club did David Beckham sign for in June 2003? Now, folks, some of you might be saying, I'm so young, I don't know who David Beckham signed for in June 2003. Well, my answer is tough. You should. So, question number 5, asked by Jan the Man, our official Dutch FIFA referee. Which club did David Beckham sign for in June 2003? Question number 6. In fashion, what is a parka? In fashion, what is a parka? Look deep into the parka. Standard schoolwear. I like the way you're talking, Gordy.
Pen.
Sorry?
It's a pen.
It's not a pen.
An accessory.
Back in the day, Gordy, you're right. I didn't have a parka. Had a trench coat instead. I thought it made a better fashion statement. Okay, number 7. What number appears on most American roulette wheels but not on the European ones? Oh, what a song! And it's cold outside in the month of May. I guess you say, what can make me feel this way? Her indoors. Her indoors. Yes, indeed, folks. Question number 8. Julia says the room number of the croupier. No, that's not what I meant. Question number 8, folks, is which Hollywood star had a pop hit with the song Getting Jiggy With It? Getting jiggy with it. You say, can make me feel this way, my girl. Yes, indeed, folks. I am listening via the Sounds BBC Sounds app to Radio 2. Tony Blackburn's golden hour. Hey, hey, hey. Hey, hey, hey. Number 9. Does the Atlantic Ocean lie off the east or the west coast of South America? Thanks. Peter and Arena are saying, even we are doing good this time round. You only think you're doing good this time round because I haven't given you the correct answers yet. You say. Okay, where are we? Number 10. Number 10 is a dingbat. 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 Yes, indeed, folks. Number 10 is a dingbat question, and it is just like the anagram questions. This question is worth 5 points. So, a answer is in the picture that you see. Just say what you see. This is worth 5 points, folks. I would once again advise you to take a quick picture, have a little look, and you can write down some ideas, see how you're going. It's worth 5 points, and it might make your score look pretty respectable. Respectable, you know what I mean. Okay, so that is question number 10, round 3. That brings us halfway through our questions. So I'm going to move swiftly along and give you the answers to the first 3 rounds. Most importantly, if you would like to possibly win the Irish question mark mug with a little hole in the handle, with a dodgy yellow spoon that fits in, all you need to do is type George into the chat. Nearly had a heart attack there because the battery is running low on your device, flashed up and covered my whole screen. But the solution was, it was worked out easily because all we had to do was plug it in and not ask her indoors to get involved. Finally, the Briers have made it. Brie, welcome. You've got on Twitch. Type George and you can now enter into the draw. Remember, it doesn't matter how many different devices you have running. Type George and you will be entered into the draw. Don't type capital letters because it'll give you a timeout and it'll slap you in the wrist and say, please refrain from spamming. You type George just like you've done and you should be entered into the draw. No need to apologize. Okay. I'm just going to put the link into the chat for the virtual tip jar. And let me see. Elementary. You typed George with a capital G and that got accepted. Rebreeze typed George with a small g and that didn't get accepted. Try it again. Hobnobbing. If you have typed George before, it only lets you enter once per device. Okay, folks, so I hope you're enjoying the show so far. There we go. Let me see. Yes, try typing George with a capital G and you should get in. I mean, it's just the way it works. Liz has done it. Liz the legend. So, big G, George with a big G seems to work. Hobnobbing 0 says, my bank says it's not a valid QR code. Well, that's a bit of a bummer. try the PayPal, or just scroll back and click on the links. Please can we get a clue to the first dingbat? We don't understand how it works. Corny, you haven't understood how anything worked in a long time. The first ever dingbat. Let me see. Okay. Yes, Liz, it is easy. It is easy. Corny, I'm not giving you any clue. It's too easy. When I give you the answers, you won't believe it. Oh, Liz the Legend is trying to wind people up saying, I can't believe you can't see it. Okay, folks, so you know where to find me, Irish Question Mark, on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram, and of course here every Friday night on Twitch TV. So let's give you some answers to the first 3 rounds. It is 1 point for each correct answer. Unless I tell you differently, the anagrams and the dingbats are worth 5 points, ladies and gentlemen. Woo, woo. Yes, Liz, it is a clue. IT is a clue. Anyway, they're going to see the answers very shortly. Question number 1. Which canal links the Red Sea and the Mediterranean? It is the Suez Canal, not the one in Amsterdam that you're seeing in the video. So, if you had Suez Canal, give yourself 1 point. Gordy, thank you very much for your very kind donation. Now I can give you more abuse than I normally do. Her indoors, what's the name of that flower? I always have problems pronouncing that flower. Dahlia. There we go. In nature, which garden plant is named after the Swedish botanist Anders Dahl? It is the Dahlia, not Dahlia. Her indoors trying her attempt at a little bit of humor. Here we go, Corny. Have a look. What do you see? Solve this dingbat. 6-word answer. So, what do you see? IT is missing. So from 6, you're missing the I. From 15, you're missing the T. Take it out of the equation is the answer I was looking for. Take it out of the equation. If you had that or something very similar, give yourself 5 points. Ladies and gentlemen, 5 points for the dingbat or the anagram. What are we gonna do? Gary Butt, thank you very much for your kind donation, my friend. Number 4, back to 1 point for the correct answer. The suburbs of what Swiss city crosses the borders into France and Germany? The correct answer is Basel or Basel, if you are a fan of Fawlty Towers. Number 5. With which sport will you associate the Portuguese sportsman Eusebio? It is, of course, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, football. One of the finest footballers ever to come out of Portugal. Not including Ronaldo. Her indoors has just reminded me. She's got this thing about Ronaldo. He reminds you of me, doesn't he? Alrighty, or Prevo, and I think that is Rach. Yeah, thank you very much for your kind donation. Gordy, what are you saying? My self-esteem is at an all-time low because Liz got the dingbat and we didn't. Alrighty, number 6. A man pushes his car to a hotel and tells the owner he's bankrupt. Why? The answer is quite simply, he's playing Monopoly. Of course it is. 1 point if you guessed that one correct. Number 7. What term is used to describe the result of dividing mass by volume? The correct answer is density. Density or hopping. Thank you very much for your kind donation. Number 8. In do, re, mi musical scale, which note proceeds so? Fa is the correct answer. Okay, so what mission was the last to put men on the moon? It was Apollo 17. That is your correct answer tonight for question number 9 in round 1. Okay, folks, it is anagram time. Venereal Key Rubs is an anagram of what German top-flight domestic football club? The correct answer is Bayer Leverkusen. Bayer Leverkusen is the correct answer. Claire is correcting me. Funny enough, she typed that right, didn't she? When she's pointing out that little minor misdemeanor that I done. Okay, here we go. 2 points for each correct answer. I blame her indoors. She done the Sound of Music question. Oh, now everybody all of a sudden is an expert in the freaking Sound of Music. Naughty Norma, did you say yup or gulp? Number 1, double points if you wrote Sharon Stone. Now, any of you that know her indoors, you know that is her indoors double ganger. Absolutely. When I'm sleeping. Number 2, Rupert Grint is the correct answer. Arto will probably claim he'll get points if he wrote down that dodgy actor from Harry Potter. But Arto, we give Arto an exception because he is our FNC, our Finnish comedian, providing nothing but high quality, sad Christmas cracker jokes that aren't necessarily about Christmas. Don't be panicking, Arto. But that quality. And for that, we are eternally grateful. Number 3, it is Kim Kardashian. Without any makeup and looking a little bit on the dodgy side, I may say. 2 points if you guessed this one correct. Number 4 is Elijah Wood. That is the correct answer for that actor's name. I've just been thinking about Claire and Liam again. I bet you it was Liam that told Claire that I had said the question wrong in the Sound of Music. Number 5, moving swiftly along. It is, of course, Lady Gaga. Lady Gaga. Give yourself 2 points if you got that right. And if you wrote down her proper name, give yourself a slap for taking the quiz too seriously. Question number 6. Picture was, in fact, who got this one, folks? Ricky Gervais, back when he wanted to be a new wave singer. This is Ricky when he was 20 years old. I loved this photo, and I bet you it's one that he's rather ashamed of. Gordy wants to know, is Ricky Gervais having a slash? He could well be having a slash. I don't know. Sully got it. Colin got number 6. That doesn't surprise me because Pete, you hit it on the nail on the head. He looks like a rent boy. Number 7. Pete in Dublin wrote it, not me. I'm only reading out their comments. Don't shoot the messenger. Number 7 is not Junior, but it does have a little look of him. It is, in fact, Justin Timberlake. Now, Junior, our youngest, he does sing a song and play the guitar occasionally. If only he could bring in the frickin' spondules like Justin Timberlake does. Anyway, I only picked that because of the jumper. Number 8, Alec Baldwin is the correct answer. 2 points if you guessed that right. Okay, folks, behave yourselves. Please do not mention anything derogatory about anything. Our secret agent has just snuck in the door. Jodie's dad, AK, our MI5.5 agent. He's on a secret mission. Not in the middle of England anymore, here indoors. Down to the smallest pier. Smallest pier in the world, apparently. Number 9 is Meryl Streep. Give yourself 2 points if you guess that one. Claire just doesn't realize if I put the cap locks on, they're not going to like warn you and then let you away with it the second time. It's the computer that does it automatically, because I wouldn't do something like that. If I had the power to do something, I'd just throw you out of the room. Right, now, Jodie's dad, I've been here all night watching you. I bet you have. Sweetheart, have a little look through that curtain and make sure there's not a red dot floating around the room there. Number 10. Daniel Radcliffe is the correct answer. Liz the Legend, thank you very much. I do believe Liz is into a little bit of painful pleasure. She likes to get her wrist slapped, among other things. And Claire also seems to like to blame Liam for everything. Well, there we go. Round 3, potluck. Question number 1. Remember, the picture round is worth double points. Isn't that right, Herndors?
Yeah.
How many did you get in the picture round this week? 8. Which is the 2 that you didn't get? I don't believe you for 1 second. The last time Herndors seen 8, it was on a door. Number 1 in computing. What is beginner's all-purpose symbolic instruction code? What is it more commonly known as, Herndors? Basic. Well done. Computer says no. Number 2. What is the French name for the mountain that the Italians call Monte Bianco? Herndors in your finest French accent?
Mont Blanc.
Mont Blanc. Mont Blanc. Yes, Mont Blanc is the correct answer. 1 point if you got that correct. What is the name given to the female bear? It's not mother bear. It's not baby bear. It's not daddy bear. Sorry, Herndors. It is a sow. There you go. You learn something new every day. The auto mod has said, we have held a certain message for a reason. Would you like to put it in the chat? And folks, it is from Minion Jesse. He says, the French sound like a very jolly people, judging by your French. Should we allow it or should we deny it? Boom. We'll allow it, folks, because he's been nice to the French for a change. I love the French, especially foie gras. Oh my God, that's going to upset so many people. A man is looking at a photograph of someone. His friend asks, who is it? The man replies, brothers and sisters, I have none, but that man's father is my father's son. Who was in the photograph? For 5 points, ladies and gentlemen. The brain teaser's worth 5 points. It is his son. 5 points for the anagrams, 5 points for the dingbats, and 5 points for the brain teasers that I will announce as a brain teaser when we see them. Back to number 5. Which club did David Beckham sign for in June 2003? The correct answer was Real Madrid. 1 point for Real Madrid. Pete, thank you very much for your kind donation, my friend. Virtual tip jar is open, alive, and kicking. In fashion, what is a parka? Well, the mods used to wear parkers, so green parkers with a little fishtail. So we'll accept a few things. We'll accept an overcoat, a jacket, a coat. It's 1 point, folks. Let's be friendly. It's Friendly Friday, Herndors, as she rolls her eyes to the ceiling. Number 7. What number appears on most American roulette wheels, but not on the European ones? 00 is the correct answer. Jesse wants to know, can he get a point for Maud Blanket? Herndors, what do you think?
Yeah.
You say yeah. I say not a chance, Jesse. Not at Maud Blanket. I mean, what is it? Am I going to allow like a leather jacket to be called a rocker's quilt? No. Computer says no. Number 8. We'd like you to do a little sing-song here session now, Herndors. Are you ready? Your voice is warmed up. What are you shaking the head? Are you getting in the rhythm? Which Hollywood star had the pop hit with the song Getting Jiggy With It? Let me hear you doing Getting Jiggy.
Never heard of
Do you know who it is?
it.
Will Smith. Get Jiggy With It. No, it's like a rap thing. No, okay. Minion Jesse, biker's blanket. No, Gordy, you tell him. Absolutely not a chance, but don't use cap locks. Watch, Claire's going to do it now, you know. Number 9. The Atlantic Ocean lies off the east or the west coast of South America. The correct answer is the east coast. Nice, easy question for 1 point. Number 10 is a dingbat question, and this is worth 5 points. What do you see? Lumber is a type of wood or timber. Reservoir is a lake. Just is in the middle, so just in Timber Lake. The answer's right in front of you. 5 points if you guessed that one correct. That was Liam. I think that's the only thing that Claire is able to type at the moment, is that she probably has it saved and she just hits Control V and types, that was Liam. Liam, I'm feeling for you, buddy. Okay, folks. Before we take a little break and we let Arto get on board and give us a couple of his high-quality Christmas cracker standard jokes, every week I say to you, send me any photographs of you or your team or your family members playing the quiz show so we can share any news with you. I'm just remembering I got a couple of photographs of teams sent to me, and it wasn't emailed, and I've just remembered I should have put them in. Anyway, it's easier if you email them to me via irish@gmail.com. You should be able to get to me directly that way and to get your photographs on. So what have we got? We'd like to welcome Rob to the Mask Winners Club. Look at Rob, AK Captain Beer. I'm just hoping that he doesn't go to the top of his building every time to pose and take photographs that close to the edge, because we would miss you. Just a little bit, but we would miss you, my friend. Electric Sheep Minion saying, I was distracted. I'm wondering where Frank is. I know it's Frank's birthday. Maybe he's out celebrating with his family. I'm sure Frank will get in touch and let me know that everything's okay. He normally does, even when he's stuck in the middle of a field trying to put a tent up, if you remember rightly. His missus could be doing netball, but I don't think so. I think is netball allowed? Her indoors is our COVID expert. No, is netball practice allowed? Naked netball? That's a bummer. Okay, I'd also like to say to our Maid of Meriden, WASP 35's beautiful, beautiful mother that has been a fantastic support and great fun for the last 40 weeks. On behalf of myself, her indoors, we would like to say that we hope you enjoy your move from Meriden, which is in Warwickshire, isn't it, her indoors? Is it in Warwickshire, Meriden? Ah, don't worry. Jodie's dad, he'll soon let me know. But have I told you? Meriden is in fact the centre of England. And you know that there's a pole in the middle of Meriden's village green, and it is traditionally, but not actually, definitely, traditionally known as the centre of England. Well, you learn something new every week, huh? They have left the centre of England to move down to Burnham-on-Sea. That has the smallest pier in the world, apparently. You couldn't make it up. Maid of Meriden, the artist formerly known as Maid of Meriden, Mum, we say rest in peace, because Mum has now changed to the Baroness of Burnham. Welcome, Bob, to our weekly quiz. Every time I drive through Meriden, I will think of you and our own very special secret agent, Jodie's dad. I'm always thinking of him in case he takes a pot shot at me. The next time myself and her indoors get the chance to visit the in-law, well, anywhere, yeah, the in-laws, I'm going to stop in Meriden. I'm going to pose next to that pole, and I'm going to take a photograph, and I'm going to put it, ladies and gentlemen, on our Facebook and on our quiz show. What do you think of that, her indoors? It'll be the most spectacular center photograph picture I've ever been in.
Venice Max's bucket list.
Venice Max's bucket list. Man, pot the beard, you will be amazed. Bob has just said, don't forget to visit Burnham-on-Sea too. Well, as soon as you get the new big house and you do that bedroom up and we're able to travel, we'll come across and treat you to some fish and chips sitting on the beach. P. Van Venetian, thank you for your very kind donation. Folks, it is half time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put on a little photo collage. I'm going to shoot off, make myself a cup of coffee because her indoors has literally made me a cup of coffee before we started the show. And that seems to be the end of it. Yeah, absolutely. So chat among yourselves in the chat. I'll be back in about 2 or 3 minutes after I make a quick coffee. And Arto, prepare yourself to tell us a few jokes. And in the meanwhile, I'll hand you over to Julius, our Electric Sheep Minion, and Minion Jesse, and Robert, and anyone else that would like to tell a few jokes in my absence. Thank you very much. Don't forget, before he starts, I want to apologise for Gordy and Aberdeen's level of jokes because they are a little bit of a specialised subject. And it is a family show, but, I mean, he's stuck in Aberdeen, so I've got to give the guy a break. Alrighty. See you soon. Alrighty, folks. Welcome back. So, hopefully, Ardo, our Finnish comedian, our FNC, has got his couple of jokes lined up for us. So, Ardo, take it away. Go into the chat room and ask us those jokes, and I will, of course, read them out to you. What have I missed in the chat? A couple of other jokes I do see. Why do vampires have so few friends? Because they're a pain in the neck. Indeed. So, Ardo, our FNC, there is the strong possibility that Ardo could be away doing some air frying because he is akin to doing to basically air frying anything. And what I'm going to propose, ladies and gentlemen, is tonight is the 41st show, and I did promise, I think on the 25th quiz, that I was going to organize. I was going to raffle an air fryer, and I was going to try and get it an Irish question mark logo put on it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to ask Ardo, our FNC, if he'd like to come here for the 50th show. He doesn't have to come on the screen. He can sit next to me. He can type in the jokes, and then Ardo can show the air fryer and show that he's here in person. Doesn't have to say a word, ladies and gentlemen. Ardo, I'm throwing the invitation out to you to come on the 50th show, co-host the show with me, and then Ardo, her endorse is even willing to relinquish the technical director role to you. And I find Joby would do too. So have a think about it, Ardo. Let me know what your thoughts are about that. if we're still in full lockdown in 9 weeks' time, sure, we'll smuggle you in somehow, my friend. It wouldn't be the first time that I was akin to a little bit of smuggling, but that's in my former life, obviously, when I lived close to the Mexican border. Little Sheep Minion said next week will be fun in Holland. The government just got their teeth kicked in, and they're just going on the television to say curfew. Nothing will change. Look how well Belgium done for such a long time with no government. I'm thinking things might improve. Okay, DJ Crowther 17 is now following Dave. Nice for you to join us, and perfect timing too, as Radiant Beluga appears in the center of our screen. IQ Strucho is signed in and saying live on Twitch and Facebook. Nice, yes indeed, Strucho. Her indoors played a stormer tonight, didn't get involved, and it all worked smoothly. What can I tell you? DJ Crowther is desperate to win one of the Irish question mark face masks, or is he after one of the Irish question mark with the hole in the handle and the dodgy orange spoon?
Oh, you need to tell them.
Oh yes, folks. What can I tell you? Minion Jesse said tech support finally arrived in Strucho. Listen, folks, wait till I tell you. For anyone that was here last week, do you remember the problem with the mask? What is this called? A head. Yeah. Do you remember the problems we had with the head? The marks that were on it and we couldn't get it off? Her indoors said, I'm going to Google this. So she started this mission. How long did it take you? 25 minutes on the interweb. Minion Jesse said, did the lemons and hairbrush work? No. The toothpaste didn't work. The nail varnish remover didn't work. I would like to throw out for a bonus of 10 points, folks. What did she use to clean it? When I tell you the answer, you won't believe it. Kate Murphy, I think I'll have to use the laptop. Yes, possibly. It's probably easier to get on Twitch on the laptop. Minion Jesse's saying soap. That's wrong. Liz said blow dryer or soap and water. No. Baby wipes. Rebreathe. That's a great one. But it didn't work. Butter or curry sauce. Oh, Electric Sheep Minion is getting closer. And a razor. No. Scrubulot said Vaseline. No. Baking soda. No. Baby wipe. No. In the dishwasher. No. Pat the beard. Ladies and gentlemen, pat the beard. You get 10 points. She used peanut butter to clean the mask because that's what it said on the interweb, and it worked. Pat the beard. Give yourself 10 points. Well done. Everyone else. Minion Jesse said herrings and garlic sauce. That ain't going to work. Gordy says white wine vinegar. Just forget the vinegar and drink the wine, Gordy. Alrighty, folks. The link is open for the virtual tip jar. Thank you very much indeed. If you're enjoying tonight's show, send a few euros our way. This is the main income at the moment, thanks to the whole lockdown situation. What can I tell you? Minion Jesse says peanut butter would have been my 7th choice.
And it does smell nice.
It does smell nice. Believe it or believe it not.
You can lick it.
Her indoors, this is a family show. I said believe it and believe it not. She says you can lick it. Keep your thoughts clean. It's a family show. Gordy says, what do you call a bulletproof Irishman? Oh, Jesus Christ. I shudder to think. Go on, Gordy. What do you call a bulletproof Irishman? Ricochet. Minion Jesse wants to know, was the peanut butter, did it have bits in it?
No, it was the crunchy one.
Wasn't the crunchy one, it was the smooth one.
Yeah.
Apparently the smooth one, ladies and gentlemen. So if you're having any problems with your own face and makeup that you can't get off, would you recommend peanut butter here indoors?
Absolutely.
Absolutely. She'd recommend peanut butter to remove any kind of stain. End of this conversation before it goes down the gutter. Okay, folks, if you would like Irish Question Mark to come into your home directly and organise a quiz show, it's as simple as contacting me via irishquestionmark@gmail.com. I can do shows for yourself, for your family. Pat the Beard, give yourself 10 points, man. You are a living legend. Pat said a clean face and a tasty sandwich afterwards. Electric Sheep Minion, how about removing a peanut butter stain though? Yes. Now that is a good one. Her indoors, get on the interweb and find out how to remove a peanut butter stain. She's having none of it. You know where to find us, folks, on Facebook, on YouTube. If you go onto YouTube and you do a search for Irish Question Mark, you can see a lot of the, I've uploaded a lot of the old videos from previous shows. Great fun to have a play with, do the shows. I always say you can, of course, you can do the quiz and check the answers and then challenge your friends and family and pretend that you've never done it before. At this stage, we're halfway through the quiz, and like every other quiz, I'd like to do a special mention to my cousin Christopher, who's stuck in Armagh City at the moment, and he's just in quarantine. Hasn't been well. We do believe he is suffering from COVID at the moment. He lives on his own, and I was speaking to him during the week, and I told him that I'd try and get the quiz up online to make it easier for him to see it, and I'd mention it. So I'm hoping that he's sitting in his front room watching this on his big TV. Okay, so Christopher, I'll give you a call tomorrow to see how you're going and to see whether you've actually seen the show tonight or not.
Frank's arrived.
Holy smoke, ladies and gentlemen, Frank has just arrived in. Frank, happy birthday! What can I tell you? We held off for 15 or 20 minutes. We were hoping the Calpol soaked cotton buds that you shoved up your kids' noses or the Valium induced snacks that your better half made for the children actually worked. But unfortunately, it didn't seem to. But Frank, what can I tell you? I'm sure the naked netball was more exciting than the first half of the quiz. So, on behalf of myself and all of the regulars, ladies and gentlemen, happy birthday, Frank! Woo! Alrighty, round 4, question number 1. Pat the Beard says, no problem, we'll just start over again.
Might get some answers right.
Her indoors says there's a chance of you getting some answers right then. Naughty. Alrighty, the island of Zealand is part of which European country? The island of Zealand is part of which European country? I didn't see any jokes from Ardo or FNC. I think Ardo's out doing some air frying. Frankly, my dear, I don't river dance. Number 2. Which Italian city is home to statues of David by Donatello and Michelangelo? Yes, indeed, Electric Sheep Minion has probably solved the problem with Ardo or F&C. He's probably took his kite outdoors for a little fly. Bob, or Baroness of Burnham, thank you very much for your kind donation. It's going to be very strange for a couple of weeks to call Mom Bob. I'm having problems getting my head around that one. So, number 2, which Italian city is home to statues of David by Donatello and Michelangelo? And I'm listening to the theme from Hill Street Blues on Radio 2, ladies and gentlemen. It's bringing me right back. It's a brain teaser. This is worth 5 points.
It's my favorite.
5 points, ladies and gentlemen. Baroness of Burnham said, I've had a sex change. I've got the feeling that could be our secret agent. Elementary, my dear Watson Sully. Colin, thank you very much for your kind donation. Now, the brain teaser worth 5 points. A man stands on one side of a river. His dog is on the other. The man calls his dog, who immediately crosses the river without getting wet and without using a bridge or boat. My question for 5 points, how did the dog do it? So make sure you write your answers down on your pen and paper. Do not put it in the chat. Spoil it for everybody else, especially if it's wrong. So a man stands on one side of the river. His dog's on the other. The man calls his dog. Hey! Hey! The dog immediately crosses the river without getting wet. Doesn't use a bridge, doesn't use a boat, doesn't use a hovercraft, doesn't use a jetpack. How did the dog do it? I'd recommend taking a quick picture of this screen, folks, and let you have a little look at it when we move on to number 4. The binary number 1111 has what decimal equivalent? Frank wants to know, is the dog called Moses? Oh, Frank, I've missed you in the first half, buddy. Minion Jesse says, no scuba gear. Yeah, you're right. Pole vaulting dog. No, hobnobbing. I like the way you're thinking, but unfortunately you're wrong. Number 5. Number 5 is, of course, our Jan the Man question. Missing Jan the Man tonight. But we do have his whistle in our sound effects department, kindly organised and worked out by our head of technical expertise tonight, her indoors. I can't say it with a straight face anymore. Golf, a pretend sport. Team manager Colin Montgomery banned his 2010 European Ryder Cup team from what? It was one of the following things: sex, singing on the bus, alcohol, or Twitter. Colin Montgomery banned the 2010 European Ryder Cup team from one of the following: sex, singing on the bus, alcohol, or Twitter. Number 6. Which luxury car brand manufactures the Portovino? Which luxury car brand manufactures the Portovino? Sounds like something you'd eat, doesn't it? What are you having for dinner? Portovino. Okay. Do you want that with chips, fella? Number 6. Which luxury car brand manufactures the Portovino? Gordy says he doesn't think a Scotsman would ban any of those. Well, he did. But some of the Scotchmen I know would encourage them things. You've been top of the list, my friend. Okay, leave the Scottish football team out of it, yeah? When they botcher you in the next tournament, you'll know all about it, yeah? Number 7. In maths, which semicircular plastic instrument is used for measuring angles? I put a picture of it in there, folks. I want to know, what is it called? Now, anyone that thinks they're going to get a point for semicircular plastic instrument is really wrong. Bit controversial there. Gordy's saying Montgomery's basically an Englishman anyway. Sure, listen, we're all Celts, aren't we? That's all I gotta say, like, you know. Or as I like to say it, Gordy, we're all Celts, brother. Question number 8. In which century was the hormone insulin first isolated? In which century was the hormone insulin first isolated? Number 9. Which star of the movie Seven did Gwyneth Paltrow say was the sexiest man alive? Don't say it, her indoors. I wasn't in the movie Seven. Which star of the movie Seven did Gwyneth Paltrow say was the sexiest man alive? Liz the Legend! Give yourself 5 bonus points, Liz. I like the way you're thinking. She's very clever, that Liz the Legend, eh? Alrighty, and number 10. What is it, folks? It's a dingbat. 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 5 points. 5 points. Yes, indeed. Dingbat. Dingbat. 5 points for the correct answers to the dingbats, to the anagrams, and to the brain teasers tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Say what you see. It's as simple as that. I would advise you, like I do, always on the dingbats or the anagrams, take a quick picture of it with your mobile telephone and have a little look while we continue on with our next round. Okay. Round 5. Potluck Trivia General Knowledge. Question number 1. Taking you back to 2012 when the BDO World Championship at the Lakeside Country Club was won by a Dutchman. The question is, which Dutch darts player won the 2012 BDO World Championship at the Lakeside Country Club in Frimley Green on the 15th of January? Loads of information, but it isn't going to help you if you don't know the answer. Which Dutch darts player won the 2012 BDO World Championship? There is more than one Dutch, and it's not one of the two guys that you think it is. So what about that? Question number 2. In the animal kingdom, are polar bears native to the Arctic or the Antarctic? In the animal kingdom, are polar bears native to the Arctic or the Antarctic? Frank has really answered that question easily. Yes, they are native. Oh, was he? No, I don't think he was. I don't think Frank finds me to be the sexiest man alive. If he does, I'm severely concerned about him. Also, I'm concerned because he knows where we live. Number 3. It's a dingbat. Now this dingbat is so easy, even Arto should get this one correct. Dingbat. 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 Yes, folks, 5 points for the dingbats, 5 points for the anagrams, and 5 points for the brain teasers tonight. This one's so easy, I reckon even her indoors will get it. Do you know what it is, her indoors? Mouth the answer to me. F off is not the correct thing to be mouthing towards me, her indoors. She does not like these dingbats, ladies and gentlemen. So take a picture of this dingbat. This is worth 5 points to your total. Work that one out, and it's worth 5 points. Claire's just said, not me. I don't know what Claire's saying. That could quite possibly be Liam saying, not me. And then I'd be a lot calmer about the whole situation. Question number 4. What has cities but no houses? Forests but no trees? And water but no fish? What has cities but no houses, forests but no trees, and water but no fish? Should we give bonus points for this one, Herondors? Do you know the answer to this one? Mouth it out to me. Let me see. What is it? What? Herondors hasn't got a clue, folks. Okay. We'll come back to whether we give bonus points. It's your show, ladies and gentlemen. We'll let you decide. So obviously, if you get it, if you think you got it correct, you'll want extra points. Number 5 is, of course, it is our Jan the Man question.
Oh. Sorry.
Question number 5. On which sports surface would you find tram lines? On which sports surface would you find tram lines? Do you know the answer to this one, Herondors? Nothing surprises me. Why start now? On which sports surface would you find tram lines? Question number 6. What is the third angle in a triangle if the other two are each 60 degrees? It is too easy, but I thought I'd put a couple of them in easy just to make you feel good, Herondors. Thank you very much, birthday boy Frank. Happy birthday! Thank you very much for your kind donation to the virtual tip jar. Also, now that I'm mentioning birthdays, happy birthday to Claire in Ireland for yesterday. I did send you a little message on Facebook, but we'll publicly announce. I cannot believe how well you're looking. 41 yesterday. Question number 7. Athletes from which country traditionally lead the parade at the opening of the Olympic Games? Athletes from which country traditionally lead the parade at the opening of the Olympic Games? Yeah, I'm also 21. Number 8. What is the world's biggest single structure made by living organisms? What is the world's biggest single structure made by living organisms? Electric Sheep Minion pointed out that at the Olympics 2020, no teams led out the parade. Yes, indeed, you are correct. Sorry? Herondors wants to know, can I take points off people for being annoying? Well, it's a good job. All right, easy. She's taking some sort of a turn there. Number 9. This is a nice question. I like this one. What do crocodiles swallow both to stay underwater and to aid digestion? Now, obviously, some of you might think people would be a good answer, but that's not what I'm thinking. What do crocodiles swallow both to stay underwater and to aid digestion? And number 10 in round 5. Holy smoke, it's doing the anagram dance. Liz the legend. Truth in girl, jerk man. Truth in girl, jerk man is an anagram of what Nobel Peace Prize winner? Truth in girl, jerkman is an anagram of what Nobel Prize winner? Take a quick picture of that, folks. We're going to move on. Remember, it's 5 points for the anagram questions, or also for the dingbats and the brain teasers. Moving on to round 6, our last round in our show tonight. Question number 1. What is the approximate lifespan of a dragonfly? Is it 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month? What is the approximate lifespan of a dragonfly? Is it 1 day, 1 week, or 1 month? Her indoors has just put one hand on her hip, like so, and said, if it comes in this house, it's 10 seconds. We're talking about a dragonfly, not me. Question number 2. In which year of the 20th century was Germany officially reunited? What are we counting as the beginning of life? Liz, 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. Don't overcomplicate it. Question number 3. Question number 3. I still haven't watched this show on Netflix yet. In which US state was Joe Exotic's zoo in Tiger King? In which US state was Joe Exotic's zoo in Tiger King? Now, Pete5678 is saying controversial. I don't know whether that's because of Liz's 2 comments, or because of Electric Sheep Minion's comments. Her indoors is rolling the eyes, and that says enough, ladies and gentlemen. Moving swiftly along to question number 4. Gordy, for some unknown reason, got timed out for that comment. What food crop is most vulnerable to attack by the Colorado beetle? I know you are, Pete. It's all good. What food crop, I nearly said what food crop, is vulnerable to attack by the Colorado beetle? Gordy has thought of another way of saying what he meant to say. Strangely, he didn't like Poozy. Oh, Gordy, you're a living legend, man, honestly. Question number 5. In our last round, folks, it is a Jan the Man question. The question is, what former Wimbledon footballer appeared in the movie from the year 2000 called Snatch? Which former Wimbledon footballer appeared in the year 2000 movie Snatch? I have been practicing saying Wimbledon. Yes, yeah, because folks, any of you that have been coming to my quizzes here in The Hague for over 23, 24 years, no, 25 plus years, I have a problem saying Wimbledon, but it's sort of like I do like a butt clench, and I sort of like squeeze it out there nice and slowly. So I'm going to say it one more time. Which former Wimbledon footballer appeared in the year 2000 movie Snatch? Thanks for noting that.
I thought it was about tennis.
No, it wasn't a tennis question, Heron Doors. Don't be confusing them. Question number 6. Okay, folks, we have got 4 points up for grabs. Control your excitement. Woo! 4 points, and it is a David Bowie or David Bowie, if you want to be strange. David Bowie question. Fill in the 4 missing words from these lyrics by the one and only Mr. David Bowie. I'm not going to tell you which song it is, Heron Doors. That'll give you the answers. Electric Sheep Minion had a little glitch on his stream. He missed a bit there and just heard "clench my butt chinks" and squeeze it out. Well, I ain't repeating it. That word that shall not be repeated. 4 points up for grabs, folks. Round 6, question number 6. The 4 missing words from these lyrics by Mr. David Bowie or David Bowie. Okay, moving on to question number 7. Which of these cities is further from London by aeroplane? Harare or Havana? Harare or Havana? Which of these cities is further from London by plane? Harare or Havana? I could tell you where both of these cities are, which country. Do you think they need that? No. Heron Doors is shaking their head saying, no, stop being so nice. Okay. Question number 8. What is turpentine produced from? What is turpentine produced from? Cody wants me to pronounce that city again. No, I won't. What is turpentine produced from? Maybe what you should do, Gordy, is you should WhatsApp it to me in a voice call right now, and then I'll play it over the airways so you can tell people how you pronounce it in a Scottish accent. Question number 8. What is turpentine produced from? Pete wants to know, could we see number 6 again? Could we see number 6 again? Should we go back? It's the 4-point David Bowie. Heron Doors says we should go back because it's you, Pete. There we go, my friend. I'm going to leave it sitting on there for a couple of seconds. I'd advise you to maybe take a quick picture on your telephone. It is worth 4 points. I want the 4 missing words from the lyrics by David Bowie. Frank wants to know, is it all the same word? In a word, no. It is the same song. Thank you for a bit of clarification there, Heron Doors. Despite her saying to me, which song is it? Very quietly so you couldn't hear. So that is enough of that. Okay, Pete, I hope that helped you, my friend. Moving swiftly past the city that I am mispronouncing and going on to question number 9. Hold on. Nice one, Heron Doors. Thank you. What's Heron Doors getting thanked for? She's just sitting here and pulling faces at me. Number 9, it's time to guess, ladies and gentlemen, that if you had a French member in your team, it would be très bon. It would be a great move. A national symbol of the French Republic. What is the name of France's goddess of liberty? What is the name of France's goddess of liberty? Thanks for that, Frank. We're all making faces at you, but you can only see her. Well, I think she's making enough faces for frickin' all of you. Moving on to our last question in our quiz tonight, ladies and gentlemen. It's a dingbat. 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 5 points up for grabs. It's another dingbat question. The anagram questions, the brain teaser questions, they're all worth 5 points. Claire in Ireland hates the dingbat questions. All she's got to do is listen to her boyfriend Liam, because he probably knows them and is afraid to give the answers to her in case they're wrong. Even Frank got this one. I mean, say what you see. It's a very well-known, easy phrase. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, I'll tell. No. Her indoors is going, I bag. No, and it's not a new Apple product, Jesse.
It's iBag times 2.
And it's not iBag times 2. I'm letting it go.
Aye,
Bag.
No,
Oh.
iBag.
Pause, iBag. Is that a well-known phrase? Is it an English well-known phrase? Frank's going, aye. Talking about Frank, folks, there he is. Happy birthday, Frank, and Frank's better half, posing in our Sale of the Century pose in the center of our mugs gallery. Yes, folks, we have our raffle later on. If you have not typed George into the chat, then you ain't going to be in tonight's draw to win one of the Irish question mark face masks or one of the Irish question mark coffee mugs with the little orange spoon that fits into the handle that we pray and hope gets to you connected to the cup. What we will do is we will send you the masks in the post straight away, and we will send the triple wrapped cup in the post, and hope and cross everything that it arrives to you in one piece. We've had some serious issues with the Dutch Post and British Mail, especially British Mail. I mean, they got as far as Ireland, but British Mail was unreal. Okay, hold on. Yeah, we need to vet this. I've just received a voice message from Gordy. Let me just... Oh! Okay, hold on. It's not going to work, is it? But we're going to try it, folks. Okay, I want you to be very quiet and listen.
Harari, you daft figure.
We'll try that again.
Harari, you daft figure. Harari, you daft figure.
I don't know what he's saying. Has anybody got any subtitles? Harari, you daft fecker. Harari, you daft fecker. Oh, he doesn't get out often, folks. But anytime we need any clarification in future, yeah, we'll basically get anybody but Gordy, you daft fecker, to do his... Minion Jesse's saying, that's a weird way to say that word. Nice try, Jesse. Hey, Claire, many a time you've heard his bloody tones. Sounds like he's from Ballymun. Alrighty, folks. If you enjoyed tonight's show, send a little donation this way. If you didn't enjoy tonight's show and you want me to stop mentioning the virtual tip drawer, then send me a donation. Alright, folks, I've had so much fun once again doing tonight's quiz. Thank you very much, Gordy, for clarifying that. We'll just play it one more time.
Alrighty, you daft figure.
Okay, thank you very much indeed. Maybe what we should do is say, well, folks, if any of you have my number and you want to WhatsApp, maybe announcing your own team name, or we'll get her and Doris to vet the recordings. We've now worked out a way where you can actually talk live to everybody. God knows what we have opened, yeah.
Anyone but not.
Anybody but the sheep lover. That's what her and Doris is saying, because she fears what he types, and she'll be absolutely petrified with what he could say. Okay, folks. So we are now going to give you these answers to the second half. Yeah. Even though her and Doris just held me up a note saying put the scores in the chat, we'll put the scores in at the end of the quiz. Question number 1. The island of Zealand is part of which European country? 1 point if you had Denmark. 1 point if you had Denmark. Question number 2. The Italian city that is home to statues of David by Donatello and Michelangelo is Florence. Give yourself a point if you got that one correct. Number 3, 5 points up for grabs in the brain teasers question. A man stands on one side of a river. His dog is on the other. The man calls his dog, who immediately crosses the river without getting wet, without using a bridge, a boat, or any of the other crazy ideas, including pole vaulting. How did the dog cross the river, her and Doris? Come on, have a guess, her and Doris. Frank saying ghost dog. No.
Could be.
The ghost is not Jesus, Electric Sheep Minion. The dog is not Jesus. The river was frozen. 5 points if you had Frozen. And I think Liz the Legend got that, Gordy. So when she gets super high points, you've just got to accept it. Hobnobbing says the river was dry.
Yeah.
I have to say, folks, Electric Sheep Minion said we had dry. Her and Doris said, or the river was dry. Her and Doris didn't have a freaking clue. The correct answer for 5 points tonight, ladies and gentlemen, as you well know, is the one answer that I said it is, because Irish question mark is always right, even when he's wrong. 5 points for the river was frozen. Frank said I had jumped in tunnel. What, at the same time? Question number 4.
I think you should get
Minion Jesse said, to be honest, I do not believe you. We had jumped the dry river. Moving swiftly along, the binary number 1111 has what decimal equivalent? The answer is, for 1 point, 15. Number 5, our John the Man question. The team manager, Colin Montgomery, banned Twitter. Gordy has said that the dog was attached to an IED. There wasn't much left of it. Number 6, the correct answer, Portovino. The maker is the Italians Ferrari. Give yourself 1 point for that one. Number 7, the semicircular plastic instrument is called a protractor. Protractor. Okay, don't start. Wimbledon. Protractor. And how was the city pronounced by Gordy? Her and Doris says, Number 8. In which century was the hormone insulin first isolated? It was the 20th century. Give yourself a point for that one. Number 9. Which star of the movie Seven did Gwyneth Paltrow say was the sexiest man alive? The one and only Mr. Morgan Freeman. Number 10. Solve this dingbat to reveal a well-known phrase. What do you see? Tom. Another word for a cat, a tomcat. What is it among? It is among 3 different types of pigeons. The correct answer is cat among the pigeons. 5 points if you guess that correct, folks, because in tonight's shows, the dingbat questions, the anagram questions, and the brain teaser questions are all worth 5 points. Moving on to round 5. Question number 1. The Dutch darts player that won the 2012 BDO World Championship was a guy called Christian Kist. Never heard of him, her indoors. Do you know how to turn the television on? Christian Kist is the correct answer. The Dutch don't know who he is. Look it up. It was not Stumpy Coe, but it was a nice guess. I do not think that he actually ever won the World Championship, Stumpy Coe. Maybe I'm wrong, but it doesn't really matter because I know I'm right. Hobnobbing says, I'm so bad at dingbats. Just let it go. It's only for fun. Frank says he's a fake Barney. Number 2, in the animal kingdom, are polar bears native to the Arctic or the Antarctic? The correct answer is the Arctic. Claire says he's not the real champ. No, he only pretended to win live on television, Claire. Number 3. Solve this dingbat. 5 points up for grabs. Well-known phrase. Her indoors didn't know. Liam said that. Leave Liam alone. I can't wait to meet Liam when he comes to The Hague to visit him. The first thing I'm going to do is give the guy a hug and say, you're in my thoughts, buddy. You're really in my thoughts. What is it, her indoors? The dingbat. What do you see? Short target. No. You see the word short? What is that? It's a rifle. Hobnobbing said, is it short-sighted? Boom! You've just got your first dingbat correct. Give yourself 5 points, Hobnobbing, but only if you had it written down. Not now that I explained it. 5 points for the short-sighted in that dingbat question. Number 4. Let's see if anyone got this one correct. What has cities but no houses, forests but no trees, and water but no fish? The correct answer is, of course, a map. Frank wants to know, am I going to check all of our work? Frank, you know it's your birthday, buddy. So only because it's your birthday, I'll let you away with it. So I'm going to give you 5 points if you got a map, because it's sort of a trick question, but not a brain teaser. So if you got the answer, a map, right, give yourself 5 points. There we go. Frank is feeling confident. He's got his first 5-pointer correct. Number 5, on which sports surface would you find tram lines? The correct answer is a tennis court. Give yourself a point for that one. Thank you for Jesse for giving the cat, losing the cat out among the bag. What's that saying? The cat among the pigeons. The what? And the cat out of the bag. Yeah, you know. Anyway, fear not. Jody's dad, our secret agent, he might have hacked all of our laptops, but he won't hurt me, because you don't hurt the hand that feeds you. And I feed all these good feeling points directly to Jody's dad, who usually wins the quiz each week, and I just don't announce it. Number 6. Nice and easy. The third angle in a triangle, if the other two are 60, it is, of course, 60 degrees. Liz said all she could think of was Sim City. It took a wiser teammate to mention map. Is Melissa playing tonight? Alrighty. Question number 7. Athletes from which country traditionally lead the parade out? It is Greece. Melissa isn't here tonight. She's only here in spirit, alas. Booze. Number 8. The world's biggest single structure made by living organisms is the Great Barrier Reef. Number 9. What do crocodiles swallow both to stay underwater and to aid digestion? The answer is stones or rocks. Scrabulot is saying, what about the Winter Olympics? That's a great question, but actually it's not the question that I asked, because I did say the Olympics, not the Winter Olympics. Electric Sheep Minion saying living orgasms. Well, living orgasms or bleached orgasms? What's the difference? Number 10 is... It's anagram time, and it is Frank's better half doing a little bit of dancing. Truth in Girl Jerkman is the anagram of what Nobel Peace Prize winner? The correct answer is Martin Luther King Jr. Martin Luther King Jr., ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, 5 points if you guessed that one right. And I'm glad, Frank, I made you happy. Or did I make your better half happy? That's the big question. We did miss you for the first half, but we all understood that you preferred to go to naked netball instead of watching the first half of the quiz show. Gordy says I can't get Susan to swallow my stones. Alrighty, her indoors. Let me know when I'm not supposed to read out Gordy's typing messages. Round 6, questions and answers. The approximate lifespan of a dragonfly is 24 hours, approximately 1 day. Gets you 1 point.
It's whole life.
Question number 2. In which year of the 20th century was Germany officially reunited? The correct answer for 1 point is 1990. Number 3. In which U.S. state was Joe Exotic Zoo in The Tiger King? It was in Oklahoma. Oklahoma. Number 4. What food crop is most vulnerable to attack by the Colorado beetle? It is the potato. The potato is the correct answer. And for Liam or Claire in Ireland or Pete in Dublin, also give yourself a point if you wrote the spud. Question number 5. The former Wimbledon footballer that appeared in the year 2000 movie Snatch, Mr. Vinnie Jones, is the correct answer. Number 6. 4 points up for grabs. Ziggy really sang, screwed up eyes and screwed down hairdo. Like some cat from Japan, he could lick him by smiling. From the classic track Ziggy Stardust.
I wonder how many people got that.
Her indoors is shaking her head saying, I wonder how many people got that. I wonder how many people got that. I bet you lots of people got that. If you got the 4 points for the Bowie question. Let me know. Frank said 0. Pete says I did, and I believe Pete because we call him Honest Pete. Bob got no. Minion Jesse got half. Liz got it. Pete got it with her indoors help. What, telepathically? Alrighty, Hobnob, well done. Lots maybe got it, but I wasn't one. Gordy only got one. Gordy's not reading the questions properly. Which of these cities is further from London by plane? Is it? Oh, here we go. Is it Harare or Havana? Well, the correct answer is, let's just go to our Gordy. What did he send it on?
What's that?
No, it's gone. Oh no, is it there? Oh yeah, here we go. The correct answer is. Oh, let's try that again.
Harare, you daft figure. Harare, you daft figure.
Harare, you daft fucker.
It's
Harare is Darth Vader. No, Harare is the correct answer. Thank you very much. Hobnobbing says it's easier if you just put Havana. Yes, sacrifice the point. I like the way you're thinking. Harare indoors. He sounds like a car thief. Gordy does sound like a car thief in North Dublin. No, Aaron. No, leave me alone, Claire. What is turpentine produced from? We'll give you a point if you wrote trees. But if you wrote pine trees, give yourself 2 points. Mostly made from pine trees. Alrighty. Hurrah, you deaf fucker. Love it. Okay. Her indoors. Sorry. Hobnobbin said trees, really? I don't tell lies. Gordy says being called a car thief in Dublin is a compliment. Number 9. The national symbol of the French Republic is Mariana, is the correct answer for 1 point. Minion Jesse, so it was originally turp from pines. You got it. Well done, buddy. Number 10, our last one. The answer is bags under your eyes. Not eye bag, pause, eye bag. Not to eye, to bag. 5 points for bags under your eyes. The Mariana Trench. He's trying to be humorous again. Her indoors just goes bah every time you say something that she doesn't understand. I feel like I'm co-hosting the show with a freaking herd of sheep. Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed. Put your points in, your scores, if you want now, so you can compare it to the rest of the people. Liz has 79 points because she rained loads of bonus points. Claire and Liam, 36. Maybe next time, Claire, listen to Liam a bit more directly. Frank said a bunch. Pete and Irina, our Russian friend, 54. Congratulations, well done. Minion Jesse, 79 points. It's a tie with Liz the Legend team until Elementary, my dear Watson. Pete from Dublin. Who else is in the elementary team? SF in San Francisco. Colin in Dublin. Bob has said 56 with our team with Jody and Uncle Tony. Lessons learned. Don't listen to Uncle Tony. Oh, Liz is actually saying... I had to give the okay for that because she wrote beaches on the edge. 79 plus 15 bonus points, 94 actually. Bree, great for you and the family to be involved tonight. 79 points. Gordy, 68. Pete in Dublin, 79. Congratulations. Hobnobbing, 56. I'm glad you are here tonight. Tigress C, scraping the bucket. David Bowie, was it 1 point per answer? It was indeed. There was a possible 4 points up for grabs in that one. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, what can I tell you? It has been a lovely show. Norma, naughty Norma, doing it solo, the way she likes to, in her PJs and a glass of wine. 54 points. M. Claverstein, thank you for your kind donation to the virtual tip jar. Electric Sheep Minion says, I'm going to sneak out the back with my tail between my legs thanks to the other minions. Yes, you're only there for humor purposes. We need to do the draw here indoors. Do the draw. Okay, right. Okay, folks, before I do the draw, I'd like you to type in George into the chat with a capital G and then small letters, George. Don't write all capitals or you're going to get a slap on the wrist. Electric Sheep Minion, self-praise is no praise. We've seen your photo. I'm the eye candy. Moral support is always necessary. Fantastic, man. Honestly. George, little Mr. T, Uncle Tony's in. If only you'd listen. If only she'd listen. You're right, Liam. Well, when she lived over here, she never listened to anybody. Kevin has popped in from Cyprus. Kevin, put a capital in front of your George and you should be entered into the draw. I'm starting to run out of air. Folks, what can I tell you? I absolutely loved tonight's show. It was great fun. Great that we got going live on Facebook as well. We're also going to try and work out to get live on Irish Question Mark YouTube channel also for next week. Kevin must be in the draw or else it would say enter it. Has anyone seen my sheep? No. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. I'm just going to close the entrance to the draw. Remember, if you're watching this on Facebook, unfortunately, the two streams aren't interlinked for this automatic raffle. So what we're going to do is I'm going to close the draw now. Let me see. The entries are now closed. I see here in front of me Kevin Clerks, Peter Arena. Yes, you are all entered. Hobnobbing's entered. Heron Doors, Norma, SRB 1055, and the rest. We're going to pick a winner. Once we pick the winner, we will give the person that wins the choice whether they want a Irish Question Mark face mask or one of the Irish Question Mark mugs with the dodgy orange spoon counter wrapped in bubble wrap 400 times, hoping that it stays in one piece. Her indoors, little bit of a drum roll. Just tell me when. Boom. Scra a Bulot. You are our winner if you are still on board with us tonight. Type me a little message. Let me know you are still with us. Scra a Bulot and let us know whereabouts you are. Are you still on board with us tonight? That is the question.
Ooh.
Oh, it's all quiet. Whoa! I'd like to thank my mom, my dad, the cat. You are in The Hague. Fantastic. Well, listen, you can choose whether you want one of the Irish Question Mark masks or whether you'd like one of the mugs. The easiest way to pick the mug up is to come to my house, pick it up at the door, socially distancing, of course, or I can arrange to meet you somewhere this end of town. It is quite simple. Just email me via Irish question mark at gmail.com and let me know your address. Her indoors, yes indeed, I do believe that Scra Bulot is a first-time winner, and I do possibly think it is our first ever time at the quiz tonight too. I'm not sure, maybe not, maybe yes, maybe not. Anyway, thank you once again for sharing some smiles together, folks. We do this once a week. Thank you to everybody that donated to the virtual tip jar. We're live via twitch.tv/Irish question mark next Friday. Scarabulo has taken part several times with Pete and Rachel. Thank you very much indeed. Fantastic. Let me know where you are, where your address is, and I can... Oh, Tristan. Okay, and I can maybe jump on the bike and bring it to you, or you can come here. Folks, I'm going to finish the show the way I normally finish it, by playing our stay the beep at home video. I am presuming and expecting I will probably get thrown off our live video on Facebook, but I won't know until I risk it. So ladies and gentlemen, if you never hear from me again via Facebook, I humbly apologize. But we've done this 40 times. And this is the 41st show. So all I gotta say is, don't go outside. Don't infect your neighbors. Wear your mask. Do what you're told. And whatever you do, stay the frank at home.
The whole world's caught a virus. You're not in this alone. But you can help to cure it. Just stay the fuck at home.
We're all stuck here in quarantine. It's like the Twilight Zone. To save the world, you only have to stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Don't you be a fucking dick.
Just stay the fuck at home.
If you're locked down with your hubby or going in alone, sisters need to teach their men. Stay the fuck at home.
Whether you've got 12 kids or you're living on your own, shut it down and isolate. Stay the fuck at home.
Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Watch Netflix in your underwear.
Just stay the fuck at home.
But I need the gym and I need the beach. We hear you bitch and moan. You need to grow a brain cell and stay the fuck at home.
But I feel fine, I don't feel sick, I'll go out on my own. I think of you, you selfish prick, just stay the fuck at home.
Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Sit on the couch and do fuck all.
Just stay the fuck at home.
You're living in a dome. Spreads faster than a hooker's leg, so stay the fuck at home.
To the doctors and the truckies, those who put food on our plate, you keep the whole place running so we can isolate.
Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
You can be a hero too.
Stay the fuck at home.
The only way to slow it down is isolate, not roam. Help the world get back on track and stay the fuck at home.
Sit on the couch and drink VV, get shit-faced on your own. We don't care what you're doing there, just stay the fuck at home.
contact family, use Facebook, Skype or phone. Yeah, we've got the fucking internet, so stay the fuck at home.
From LA through to Berlin, from Wuhan through to Rome, there's people dying every day. Please stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Don't you be a fucking dick.
Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home. Stay the fuck at home.
Don't you be a fucking dick.
Stay the fuck at home.
Stay the fuck at home. You can be a...
Alrighty, folks, thank you very much indeed. Take care, have a great week, and myself and her indoors, we'll see you next Friday. Tristan, our prize winner tonight, email me via irishquestionmark@gmail.com. Let me know what you'd like and where we can meet for me to pass it over to you. Thank you very much, folks. Happy birthday, Frank. And whatever you do, stay the Frank at home.